Welcome back to Mac Talks. A football and international break is finally over, and the football is back, and Premier League is back starting from tomorrow. We already had La Liga, Bundesliga, and League One games being played on Friday night, and from tomorrow the Premier League is back, and we are gonna make our predictions for this weekend, and we're gonna see at the end of the weekend how many of my predictions are correct and how many of them I get wrong. It has been a mixed sort of start for me in the Premier League in the 3 weeks. I've not like the last week was quite bad in terms of predictions. I guess I thought I got like almost only 11 points out of 30, so it was quite bad. But the first 2 weeks were quite good in a way. So it is the season has started in a sort of an average way for me. So we're going to see how I do this weekend. The point system is quite single: 3 points if my entire prediction is right, and 2 points if the prediction is right but the score is not correct. So you guys can play along with me in the comment section below. Make your predictions, and we can see at the end of the weekend who has more points. You get more points or I get more points. So yeah, let's start. The first game is Southampton versus Manchester United. Now the thing is, on paper you see Southampton, they have played 3 and they have lost all 3 games, and they are at home. They are a team who has just come up from Championship, so you would expect and you would say that it's an easy win for Manchester United. But then we are talking about Manchester United. Like, you really don't know which Manchester United is gonna come up. Like, before the season I was like, I had this mindset. I don't know why, for some weird reason I went ahead and I said that they are gonna finish third. Like that they in my prediction video I said that they are gonna finish third. They are gonna have a very good season. And the first game that they played against Fulham, like, I sort of liked what I saw. But after that, the next 2 games, it has been the same Manchester United from the years gone by, and it has been quite downhill since then. And I really don't know which Manchester United is gonna show up this weekend. That's like, it's very hard to predict Manchester United because you really don't know which type of Manchester United are gonna come. But the thing is, they are playing a Southampton side who have been really poor. They, as I said, they have played 3, they have lost all 3, and I think it's not a really good start for them. They were like the team that I thought out of the 3 teams that came up were gonna be safe. I predicted them to be safe. I put them at 17th, but the way they have started, they are not playing really good football, and they are not winning games as well. And I think it is gonna continue as well. As bad as Manchester United have been, I really like if they draw points at St. Mary's tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, like that is going to be very hard for Ten Hag to come back. Already there are rumors that he's gonna get sacked, and like the fans are already after his head. So that this game is very important, huge game for him, and I think he somehow is gonna manage to get a win out of it. I don't think it's gonna be a close game. I think Manchester United are gonna win it easily, to be very honest with you. I'm going for a 2-0 Man United win. And moving on to the the next game on Saturday, it is Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. Liverpool at Anfield. They have been spectacular this season. They have played 3, they have won 3. They destroyed their rivals Manchester United on match day 3, and as I said, they are looking really good. Onslaught has come in, and he has just settled in Liverpool so well. I thought there would be some hiccups, a new manager coming in at such a big club, but the way he has come in, and he has stuck like a glove to the hand. Like, it's such a perfect combination for them. He had a great squad at his available. Jurgen Klopp gave him left him a great squad, and Onslaught has just carried on what was happening at Liverpool, what Klopp was doing, and he is now starting to take it a step further than what Klopp was doing. Especially from last season, like it felt like Klopp was building a title winning squad last season, and I think now a squad is gonna reap benefits of the Klopp's work. But you cannot take the credit away from Slot. Like, a lot of managers would have come in and they could have ruined what Klopp had left, but Slot has come in and he has really settled in quite quickly, and Liverpool are playing great football, amazing football. Like, you would even as a neutral, you would want to watch Liverpool's game because they are breathtaking. They are playing Nottingham Forest, who themselves are undefeated. They have won, they have drawn 2 games. They have won one game as well. They are on 5 points. They're looking really good. As I said, they are undefeated as well. But I think coming to Anfield with Liverpool in such red hot form, I don't see any other result than Liverpool winning, and I don't see them conceding as well. I think Liverpool are going to win it quite convincingly. I am going for a 3-0 Liverpool win. And from Liverpool we go to the another major team. It's Manchester City versus Brentford. Now, right, the thing with Manchester City is I don't think Haaland is gonna play. There has been some personal tragedy with Erling Haaland, and Guardiola has said there is like 75 to 80% chance that Haaland is not gonna play. Will that affect Manchester City? I really don't think so. Like, we are talking about the best team in England, the depth that they have everywhere. You really don't expect Manchester City to have a bad game or draw points just because Haaland is not playing, especially at the Etihad. And the way they have started the season, it has been really good. Given that Haaland was such a crucial part of that. He has scored already 7 goals, 2 hat-tricks in 2 games, but him not being there, I think it is gonna be a bit of a miss. Like, they are gonna miss him, but I don't think it is gonna matter that much. They are playing a Brentford side who have had a sort of a mixed bag of a season till now. Like, they started slow, they lost at Anfield, then they won last week, and I think this week again they could go ahead and they can surprise Manchester City, especially with Haaland not there. If they go ahead and they get an early goal, I think Manchester City could come in pressure, and they might crumble under it. But again, it's Manchester City. I really don't see that happening, but I do see Brentford scoring. I think it might turn out to be a very close game, and that's why I'm going for a 2-1 win for Manchester City. I just don't want to bet against them. As much as I want them to draw points, like, I would be very happy if they draw points tomorrow against Brentford, but I just don't see it happening. If it was the other way around, if they were going away to Brentford and Haaland was not there, then I could have said that it might end up in a draw. But at the Etihad, they are just going to find a way somehow to win that game. And as I said, a 2-1 for Manchester City. The next game is Fulham versus West Ham. Now, both these teams, I have predicted both of them to have a very good season. I predicted Fulham to finish as 6th. I predicted West Ham to finish as 6th with the transfer that they have made. I think they have a great score, to be very honest with you. It has not worked. I said that in my review after game week 3 that people need to calm down. Like, they played Crystal Palace, that the team that they should have beaten, and they defeated them quite comfortably. But the other 2 games that they have played is against Aston Villa, and that was quite a close game. And then Manchester City, like, majority of the teams out of like all 19 other 19 teams are basically gonna get defeated by Manchester City at least once in the season. Let's be very honest about it. And Aston Villa, again, they're a very tough team. They're a very good team. Unai Emery has built a great squad there, so losing to them, those 2 teams, is not really a big deal, to be very honest with you. They defeated Crystal Palace, and now they are again away at Fulham. I think it's going to be a tough game. Fulham themselves, like, they were really good against Manchester United, but they lost that game. They won against Leicester, then they were playing Ipswich, and they were at home as well. They played against Ipswich, and I thought this was the game they were going to continue their winning ways, get that momentum, but they drew that game, and they were not really good at it. Ipswich were like the better side in that game, and now they are at home against West Ham side. Like, this could turn out to be a very entertaining game. I like both of the teams. I like both of the managers. Both of them like to play attacking football, and the players that both of them have at their disposal, it could turn out to be a very, like, a Premier League classic. I really am tempted to go towards a 2-2 draw, but just because West Ham, like, they have such an amazing squad, and Fulham, even though they are at home, they don't just match up to West Ham's level. And that is why I'm just gonna give it to West Ham. I think it's going to be a lot of goals in this game. I am going for a 3-2 West Ham win. I think they just edge it very marginally. It will be close, and I think it's going to be a very good game. And the following that game, it's Crystal Palace versus Leicester City, and I just don't see anything apart from a Crystal Palace win in this game. Leicester City have been dreadful in all the 3 games. They got lucky in that first game that Jamie Vardy, like, 10-15 minute cameo appearance. Apart from that, they have been dreadful, and they got booed by their own fans on match day 3, and I think their bad run of form is gonna continue. Crystal Palace, you don't really know what you're gonna expect from Crystal Palace, to be very honest with you. They lost from West Ham there, but then last week they go ahead away to Chelsea, and they grab a point out of it, given that they really did not play anywhere. Like, Chelsea was all over them, but Chelsea did not finish their chances, and a moment of brilliance from Eze got them the point, and I think that is gonna continue. And they are playing a Leicester City side. Maybe this is the game where Crystal Palace, finally get it together. They are coming back after the international break as well, so I think that's gonna help them as well. And as I said, they are playing a Leicester City side that is looking dreadful. I don't see them doing anything. I have said that they are gonna get relegated. I have said all along that Steve Cooper is gonna be the first manager to get the sack, and I stand by it. Like, it's a big competition at the moment between him and Daesh, and Ten Hag's name is even there, but I think Cooper is gonna be the first guy. I still don't understand how he got the job after Maresca with so many candidates, why Leicester decided to hire him, but I think he's gonna get the sack quite quickly, because I don't see Everton getting better, and I don't see them winning this game as well. I think Crystal Palace win this game quite comfortably. I am going for a 2-0 Crystal Palace win. The next game is Brighton versus Ipswich Town. Now, I don't really want to talk about Brighton because of what happened last game day with Arsenal. But like they have had a great start to the season, 2 wins and a draw against Arsenal on match day 3, and I think the way they are playing, their new manager, Husler, has set in perfectly. I thought that this season was not going to be that good for them. I thought this was going to be a transitional season, and then the next season they could have come back and compete for those European places. But the way that they have started the season, I think they are going to be in the thick of things this year again. They are playing Ipswich Town, who is like one of everybody's sort of become like everybody's favorite team to watch. They have come out of the championship, and like they like to play attacking football, and so do Brighton. So I think it's going to be goals in this game as well. I think it's going to be quite a good game of football, but I think Brighton being at home and the way that they have started this season, I think they are going to win it, and they are going to win it comfortably, to be very honest with you. They are going to concede, I am pretty sure with that. I've said this thing with about Ipswich in every game, that they are going to score, and they score in every game, and I think it is going to continue, but I think they are going to lose. I am going for a 3-1 Brighton win in this game. After that, it is Aston Villa versus the Everton. Now, I said the thing about Steve Cooper, and now Everton, they have played 3, they have lost 3, and just like Leicester, they were also booed off by their own fans. Like, that's the last thing you want as a team, getting booed by your own fans after full time. And especially like the last game, Everton started the game so good, but were not able to finish it off and not get the points in that game as well. And I'm really surprised with the way that Everton are playing, because I thought this was going to be the season where they don't really get into that relegation scrap. I think the way that they played last season, fighting the FA and Premier League, getting their points deducted, and the way Sean Dyche kept them in the league, and the last 8-10 games, they were really good. I thought it was going to continue, and they were going to be safe from relegation, maybe finish in mid-table. That's what my prediction was, and a lot of other people predicted that as well, but it has gone completely off the rails, to be very honest with you. They look dejected, they look all over the place. Nothing is working, and Dyche's expertise are not really looking after the team at the moment. And they are playing against an Aston Villa side who are like irresistible at the moment. Like, they are one of the best sides, best one sides in the country from the last year and a half, and it is continuing this to this season as well. Unai Emery is not gonna sit on his laurels and think that Everton are not in good form and let his boys have fun. They are gonna come out. They are gonna come out fighting. It is going to be the first time for Amadou Onana, who's gonna play against his former club after his big move to Aston Villa from Everton. And Aston Villa being at home, being at Villa Park, I think they are gonna win it comfortably. I don't see Everton causing them any problems. I think they might score but I don't really want to go there. They might score, but it's Aston Villa, it's Unai Emery's defense. I don't know, he hates conceding goals, so that's why I'm going for, I think it's gonna be a bad day at the office again for Everton. I think they are gonna concede, and they're gonna concede a lot. I'm going for a comfortable 3-0 win for Aston Villa. The next game, the last game for Saturday, is Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Now this game is quite complicated because of Chelsea, because you don't know which Chelsea is gonna come out. Is it gonna be all firing on all cylinders Chelsea that came out in the second half against Wolves, or it's gonna be the missing every possible chance that they're gonna get against Chelsea that came out against Crystal Palace? They lost their conference game as well, so you really don't know which Chelsea you are gonna see. That is why it's hard to predict. Bournemouth, their season has been like you expected this sort of a season for Bournemouth. They are not really they have not really played bad, they have not really played that good. They are in the middle, and that's what everybody expects from Bournemouth this season. But Chelsea, on the other hand, I really don't know what to do with this match, because they are even more harder to predict at the moment than Manchester United, and I think they are gonna drop points in this game as well. I think Bournemouth are not gonna win this game, but I think they are gonna hold them to another draw, and the pressure is gonna increase on Maresca. I really hope that they don't go ahead and sack him as well, but I don't think they are gonna win in this game as well. I'm going for a 1-1 draw between Bournemouth and Chelsea. Then it's the big game of the weekend. It's Tottenham versus Arsenal, and if you are a Spurs fan, like, this is the best opportunity for you to win the game. You are at home, you have your injured player coming back. Solanke is gonna come back for the game, he can play the game. On the other hand, Arsenal, they don't have Odegaard, they don't have Rice, Marino is not there. So most of our midfield players are not there. We are plagued with injuries, like it's all over the place for Arsenal at the moment. So as a spot, and mentally also, last what happened on match day 3, we dropped 2 points, so we have that on our head as well. So like, this is the best chance for Spurs to go ahead and win this game, and get this, not only get those bragging rights, but inflict another problem on to Arsenal, because they are already 2 points behind Manchester City, and nobody knows more about being 2 points behind Manchester City than Arsenal fans and Arsenal after last season. So like, they are already behind. If, let's say, God forbid Arsenal lose against Spurs, they are going to be already 5 points behind City, and that is a big gap to close down. So Spurs would love nothing more than to win that game and make sure that Arsenal are not close to City. But this is where Arsenal come in. This is where the experience comes in. The what Arsenal have learned from last 2 years is to go out and perform under pressure, and to show everybody that like, we are it doesn't matter what the situations are or what problems we are going through, we are going to fight back. And this is the time where champions are made, where big players are coming and perform. And I think every Arsenal fans' eyes are going to be on Saka. Like, he is going to be the guy that everybody looks up to, because like, we don't, as I said, Rice is not going to be there, Odegaard is not going to be there. You don't really have a proper striker that you can go ahead and look up to. On the left hand side, Martinelli has not really performed. Trossard, when he has started, has not really performed. In the defense, like, I'm really confident about my defense. Like, we have one of the best defense in the league. I am really confident about my goalkeeper, but the problem is going to be in the middle of the pitch. How Arsenal's midfield matches up to Spurs, that is going to be a big question mark. And that is why I think it is going to be quite an interesting game. It's a North London derby. There are always goals in this game, and I say that I'm very confident about my defense, but I think they are going to concede in this game. I think it's going to be a very entertaining game, but I'm going for an Arsenal win in this game. I am going for a 3-2 Arsenal win, and we go ahead and we get the job done, and we get the 3 points, and we move on, and we make sure that North London remains red. So yeah, 3-2 for Arsenal in my prediction. And the final game of the weekend is Wolves versus Newcastle. Now, Newcastle have had a really good start. They are undefeated. They have won 2 games. They drew 1, but like, it's a good start from them. As I said, undefeated. They are playing a Wolves side who, again, it's like, they looked really good for the first half against Chelsea, but then got destroyed last week, or last game they also drew. So it's not has been a good really start for them, to be very honest with you. And unfortunately for them, I think it's gonna continue. I think they are gonna get another defeat this week. I think Newcastle are gonna go there and they are gonna get the job done, and I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Newcastle just edge it at the end. I am going for a 2-1 win for Newcastle in that game. And with that, my predictions for match day 4 in the Premier League are done. We are gonna see how many of them are correct at the end of a match day 2 and how many points I can accumulate. As I said before, 3 points if all my predictions are correct, the entire prediction is right, and 2 points if the prediction is right but the scores are not the same. You guys can go ahead and play with me. Comment your predictions in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think of my predictions as well. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 300 subs before the month of September ends. We are slowly getting there. It's still a huge task, like almost less than 25 days remaining and 100 plus subscriber to get. So let's hope we go ahead and achieve that task. Until next time, bye bye.